let's rip the Band-Aid off and get right into the guts moment of the week. And dude, it was only a matter of time, brother. And I'm going to tell you what, I thought that he earned it the hard way, and that is Hunter Lawrence's win in the 450 class. I am stoked for him. I'm stoked for Factory Honda, HRC, and I'm going to tell you, and I want to hear what your opinions are, but RV, I thought that was a quality win. There were no gimmies there, dude.
You're 100% right, RC. It wasn't a clean hole shot, lead every lap, easy, call it easy race. Hunter had to come through some really good riders. Kenny, him and Kenny had a phenomenal battle there. Hunter rode a spectacular, smart, and he was quick. He rode an amazing race and put himself in good positions and just kept the pressure on Kenny. And Kenny cracked a little bit, and boom, Hunter executed and was able to ride that thing in for his very first 450 Supercross win, which, man, it's got to feel good for him. Jet doing all the winning over there in the family for a long time. And now Hunter standing on top step of that podium. It's got to feel good for him. It's got to be great for the confidence. And I just love how steady Hunter is with the way he races, the way he rides, just his mentality overall. I think he's in a great position right now.
Yeah, he does. I mean, I think he's, outside of Coop. And the reason that I talk about Coop RV is just because, he's done it 3 times. I would think Hunter is equal from a speed perspective, I believe, and how he races the race compared to Coop. He just doesn't have that championship experience at that level. So it'll be fun to see. Again, I'm just hoping that all these guys can stay healthy at this stage, because I think you can make a fair point for all these contenders for the championship. These 4 guys, well, mathematically 5 guys, why they could win. And it's a lot of fun to watch. But yeah, like you said, it was a quality win. He earned it. He passed these guys. They were all bunched up. Each guy had the same opportunity to win. And, you keep stacking those seconds and those rides like he was doing, RV, better than anybody. And eventually it's going to be a night where it's going to play right into your hand. And it did. And he stayed tough. He never gave up, and it worked out for him. I was stoked for him.
It was a close race, man. It took him a while there to get around Kenny. And then you could see Coop, Eli, they were bridging that gap. And very shortly it was almost a 4-man race, for the lead. But Hunter was able to stay consistent. And I just thought he had some really good lines. He was putting pressure on Kenny, where Kenny was not making giant mistakes, but just enough to get him uncomfortable. And I felt like Hunter just was right there, precise, and knew that he had had Kenny on the run a little bit, and he was just buying his time.
Yeah. What'd you think of Coop and Kenny early on in that race, when you saw like the first quarter of a lap, those 2 guys going back and forth? When you think of the overall finish, what'd you think of those 2 guys early on?
They rode, all 4 of those the top 4 rode phenomenal, right? And what I see, Coop coming into Dallas there, we know he's had major success at Dallas in the past. And Coop rode well. He was there. It looked like to me, just, sitting on the couch from a fan's perspective, and also in my seat, that the latter part of the race is kind of where Coop got, he detached himself from those guys a little bit, especially Hunter. As soon as he got around Kenny, he was able to bridge that gap. So to me, Hunter had the speed that night and that's what it showed. He got that gap, and then he had that breathing room. As for Kenny, Coop, and Eli, they were all much more matched together, a lot closer. But on Coop's side, I thought towards the latter part of the race, he just didn't have that go that he needed to I guess, put himself and try to bridge that gap up to Hunter.
Hi folks, Lee Diffie from NBC Sports. If you enjoyed what you just watched, well, it's time to bring the action and subscribe to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube channel. You can have it all: news, highlights, interviews, and analysis. So go for it.